I'm Bishop William Medley, the Bishop of the Diocese of Owensboro. The Diocese of Owensboro is comprised of the 32 counties of Western Kentucky. 79 churches, Catholic churches, and missions are a part of the Diocese of Owensboro. And Gasper River Youth Camp and Retreat Center is, in a real sense, one of the cores, one of the fundamental centers of that church. The book of Genesis, the very first book of the Bible, tells us that in the beginning, the earth was a formless wasteland and darkness covered the abyss. And then unfolding over 6 days of creation, God created all there is. He created the sun, the moon, and the stars. He gave us trees, He gave us plant life. He gave us the animals, the fish of the sea, and ultimately He crowned that creation by creating man and woman. In the divine image, He created them, and then He entrusted them with the stewardship of all that He had made. Gasper River Camp is a reminder of that stewardship. It's a holy place. All God made is holy. Every place on earth is holy because it was made by God, but human beings can take that for granted. And so we all need a space where we step back, where we contemplate the goodness of God's creation, because it's in the goodness of that creation that we recognize that we, created in the image and likeness of God, are the pinnacle of that creation. The key to Gasper River then is certainly great things happen here, but at the end of the week, at the end of the weekend, however long children, youth, and adults have been able to be here, when they pass through the gates of Gasper River to go back home, they take a renewed sense of God's goodness, a renewed sense of the wonderful things that God has done for them, and perhaps a renewed sense that they are created in the image and likeness of God. So it's a great joy for me to visit Gasper River, to see our children and our youth and adults flourishing when they're here. It's a great joy for me to know that good things happen here and that that's multiplied. Just as the water flows down this river, so the grace of God that touches people at Gasper River flows beyond the boundaries of this camp and begins to touch people. I invite you to come to Gasper River. Encourage your children, your youth to come here. But there are many, many opportunities for adults here in the course of the year as well. So come here, discover something of the beauty of God. I pray every week for all those who come to Gasper River, because I continue to encounter people all over the diocese whose lives have been affected here. I encounter parents who tell me their children have come home renewed and different before they came here. So I invite you, come to Gasper River, experience the goodness of God, and take that goodness of God home with you. Gasper River, what happens here had better not stay here.